Hey everyone, welcome back to another video with Trucks, Cars, and your host Coffee. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the engine coolant reservoir on my 2015 Dodge Dart. This should work for all 2013 2016's 2.0 and 2.4 liter. I'm not familiar with the turbo, guys, so you'll have to find a video on that on your own. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, the first thing we're going to need to do to access is remove this air intake hose that runs around the back. Now this could be different for the different models. For mine, as you can see, I don't have the engine cover on. I was doing work previously, didn't want to throw it back on. Mine has 4 10mm screws, just pops off. Yours, the air intake hose may be attached to your cover, or your cover may just pop off. Just take a look at it and see, but either way, at some point you're going to need to remove this air intake hose. This one here is going to be an 8mm, and the one over there is going to be a 7mm, and then you'll want to remove this connector as well. And ignore the mess I have. This is work for another video. Okay, got that loosened. There's also a 10mm here you need to undo if you have this set up. Pull back and pull the hose up and out. And I always recommend putting your fasteners back so you don't lose them. Okay, the next thing we need to do is get this airbox out of the way. Alright, looks like it's just held on with this 10mm here. There's a clamp here and this hose there. So let's go ahead and do that. First, let's pop this off. There we go. Let's pull this breather hose out. Alright, there we go. Then use 10mm and get this guy off of here. And I know I'm a little extra with power tools, but hey, saving a few seconds here and there is always kind of nice. So, and just like that, the airbox should just lift out of the way. Alright, here we are at the coolant reservoir. There's going to be a 10mm here and a 10mm there, and then it should just lift up out of the way, and we can get to the hoses that we need to replace this. Alright, and just like that, we have both. Alright, here is the reservoir, and I may not have made it clear. I'm replacing this because it's cracked underneath. I was doing a different project, and when I tried to refill this, it started leaking out on the side. So here I am replacing it. More than likely, if you're replacing this, it has a crack. It's not going to be filled, but if it is still somewhat filled and maybe it's like cracked at the top or something, you're going to need to drain your coolant first. So to do that, you're going to have to go down underneath and drain it. I have a clip showing how to do that in a different video for the thermostat housing. I will link that below for reference. I'm doing this later after doing that thermostat replacement, so technically I don't have any coolant right now worth spilling. So here we are. We are going to lift this up. First, we'll get this guy out of the way, and we'll come underneath and undo that clip as well. Okay, as we've seen before on some of these Dart fittings, these are not reusable. You can buy replacements, but you need a tool to crimp these. So I'm going to be using the aftermarket hose clamps. But as before, you're going to need a pick. So let's pry this up right here. Alright, and it breaks just like that. Kind of push it out of the way. And then you need to grab this inner part. Alright, that's pretty loose. I think we will be able to pull this hose off, no problem. Alright, yeah, that clamp is loose. Come on. Might be a little stuck. Grab yourself some pliers and kind of... There we go. Alright. Wiggle it around. There we go. Alright, just need to crack the seal. Alright, and that's loose. And throw that away. Alright, next, lift up and pull. I say lift up because it has this little tab here that sits right there, so just lift it up. Now we're gonna do the same thing. Grab your, let's get this guy out of the way so y'all can see. Grab your pick again. It's definitely Alright, I'm gonna get a slightly different pick. Got my hook pick here. Maybe this will give me the leverage I need. Yeah, there we go. Ah, it's still bending. Come on. This is not cooperating whatsoever. It's almost there. Thankfully, some of you people working on cars know. Thankfully, it's happening here where we have the room and not, you know, on the coolant reservoir, or I'm sorry, on the thermostat housing that we did. So, come on, man. Come on, just run it. Pick come on. This ain't going well, guys. Let me come back to y'all when I get it. Alright guys, so kid you not 5 seconds after shutting it off, I was able to get it. What I did, I took my now messed up pick, I just ran it through as far as I could and then lifted, and with the thicker part of the pick it broke. And then now, as usual, let's take the inner part. Ouch. And break that off. Come on. Alright, there we go. Alright, clip's broken. And now off. And just for good measure, I am going to twist this one. There we go. Alright. And just like that, our reservoir is off. Now, alright guys, here I have the new reservoir. I got this on Amazon, just look it up, not hard to find. Right here, let me punch it down. Have the new hose clamps. This is the 5/8. It fits just fine on this. And this is the 12 to 32 millimeter clamp. I just picked these up at O'Reilly's in the variety pack. So what we need to do is get this bottom one on. What I kind of want to do is figure out the best direction for this hose clamp so I can access it in the future if I need. Okay, here we are. Different angle, y'all can see a bit better now. So I'm pulling the hose up, slipping it on. There's a notch that needs to line up right here. And alright, I do like the direction of this clamp. It's just I don't want it in the way. I think, alright. Put the clamp on however you want. But I'm just thinking, yeah, I want it that direction. Yeah, I think that's what I want. And this is a 5/16 inch socket. This is just what I grabbed. Just hand tightening it. Yeah. Pretty tight, even with a hand tighten, using socket. Alright, that's what I want right there. I like that. That's not going anywhere. Maybe one more for good measure. Alright. Now, let's put it back. Alright. Got the reservoir black. And we are going to add the top hose on now. And this is a little 1/4 inch. 1/4" fastener here. Alright. Doesn't have to be too tight. This is just an overflow, but it still holds pressure in the system, so get it pretty snug. Alright, and the next thing we will do is, let's put that hose back in there. Everything else looks okay. Alright, let's put our 10mm in and get this tightened down. Alright, next we have the airbox. Honestly, I recommend while you have it out, just check your filter, make sure it looks okay. I just changed mine out. Let's see here. One thing about putting your fasteners back where they go so you don't lose them is forgetting to take them out when it's time to put stuff back. Alright, so this airbox should sit in there, and then there's a hose down in the bottom. It should kind of rest in, feels like it did. Alright, first, put this 10mm in. Let's pop this connector in and this breather hose. Alright, there we go. Alright. And that's just in plastic. Don't go too hard. Alright, and then next we have the air intake tube. I've taken that in and out more times than I care to admit the last little bit, but I've had so many projects. Alright, there it is, it's done. Just use a 8mm, tighten this one up. Use a 7mm, tighten that up. Plug the connector in and this 10mm, and we're done. Alright guys, there you have it. That's how you replace the coolant reservoir on a 13 to 16, 2.0 to 2.4 liter dart. Not too hard. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you all had a good time, learned a few things, and can do this by yourself. Feel free to comment if you have any questions, like, share, subscribe. There's a whole bunch of videos on the dart here, and this dart's getting an age, so as it gets an age, there's going to be more videos, and there's less and less of these on the road that I see, which is kind of sad. These are really cool cars, so yeah, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.